I'd like to welcome our next guest, Mr. Michael Trebesh. Mr. Trebesh is a state rep candidate for the 93rd District. He's a fiscal conservative and has a strong Christian philosophy. He received an MBA from Michigan State University and is a CPA. He has worked as a business consultant for hundreds of Michigan businesses. Mike has received several business awards and was nominated recently for Government Financial Manager of the Year. He has been involved in numerous community services and teaches classes at several area universities and continues to dedicate his life to helping others. He is a member of several gun rights organizations and hunting organizations. He learned to hunt and to be self-reliant at a young age on his family farm. Mike understands the meaning of the Second Amendment and is dedicated to restoring gun rights for every law-abiding citizen. He is a supporter of constitutional carry. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Michael Trebesh.
Good afternoon. It's a beautiful day. It's my honor to be here and speak before you. I am a candidate for the 93rd District House seat. My name is Michael Trebesh, and the 93rd includes all of Clinton County and most of Gratiot County. I am not a career politician, nor do I want to be. My goal is to round out my career by giving back to the community that has been very good to me. I have a daughter that's 3 years old. It's our first marriage and first child, and I want a future for her. So I'm out there fighting for her. I believe there's two well-written documents in the history of mankind. One is the Bible, and the other is the U.S. Constitution. I brought a copy of the Constitution. I didn't bring a copy of my Bible, but we should read and follow both. I just want to tell you a little story about my upbringing, about my childhood on the farm. So I learned a lot and very valuable lessons when I was a youngster growing up on a Michigan family-owned farm. Dad was pretty harsh on my brother and sister. He was never abusive, but he made us work. Work was not a four-letter word in our family. But I was interested in guns. So I just want to tell you this story, and it is a true story. I am steadfast in my support of mature sportsmen and sportswomen's right to own and carry guns and enjoy this beautiful outdoors. We have a beautiful state here, and we should be out enjoying it as much as possible. I truly believe young people can enjoy and learn valuable lessons from gun ownerships that will serve them well throughout their life. I have owned and responsibly used guns the vast majority of my life. Growing up on a farm, Dad presented me my first gun when I was 8 years old. However, before turning responsibility of gun ownership over to me, he had a father and son talk with me. He sat me down and gave me some rules, some specific rules that I was never to violate. He specifically told me in a no-nonsense fashion that if I violated any of these commandments, his commandments, I would lose my prized possession. I knew from the start that Dad meant what he said and listened carefully before agreeing to his requirements. Dad's rules included never pointing a gun at anyone. Dad did not care if the gun was loaded or unloaded. Dad was explicit in his statement, guns are not toys and to be played with. Gun ownership is serious responsibility. He emphasized I was never to let that lapse from my mind. Guns must be respected and cared for properly. Guns must be cleaned and oiled on a regular basis in order for guns to provide the service, the safe service that they were intended, what they were designed to do. Rule number 3, I must always know what I was shooting at. It was always my firstmost responsibility to know where my projectile would hit before squeezing the trigger. I was instructed not to take the shot if I was not certain of the intended hit. His fourth rule, Respect wildlife. We were on a farm, we definitely respected wildlife. I was not to shoot everything that moved. I must be prepared to clean and eat anything that I had in my sight. And number 5, which actually formed the foundation of my economic conservatism, I must work and earn the money necessary to purchase my own shells. Dad, in his wisdom, knew if I was required to buy my own ammunition, I would be careful not to waste. And as your representative, even if you're not in Clinton or Gratiot County, I will fight to erode waste. I am totally against waste, and there's still a lot of waste in government. Our involvement in farming provided the basics of life, not the frills of excess. We had to make every penny count. I raised pumpkins, performed tasks throughout the neighborhood to provide funds for my after-school and after-chores activity called plinking and hunting. This requirement of Dad in itself taught me attitudes and habits that served me well throughout my 60 years of life. Agreeing to these instructions, Dad turned the ownership of this .22 bolt-action rifle over to me. Upon taking possession, I felt great pride of ownership and knew my dad had confidence that I would respect his wishes and enjoy countless joys of responsible gun ownership. Dad knew his instructions, if followed, would serve as a foundation that would benefit me throughout my personal and professional life. I am grateful to my dad for these valuable insights and the values he instilled as me as a result of gun ownership. I still own and use that Remington .22 Dad gave me over half a century ago. Even though it shows the dings and dents of its years, I still value and remember the day Dad handed that gun with a maple stock over to me. Even though I have added many more, probably close to 40 guns to my collection, many guns exceed the value of that .22 that Dad gave me, that first gun. I still prize that gun because of what it represents. It represents Dad's belief and support of the Second Amendment and his belief that I would do the right thing. So I believe in the Constitution. I believe that the Second Amendment is a God-given right and we should protect it. If you're interested in supporting me, I am Mike Trabish, representative for the 93rd District House seat. My website is michaeltrabish.com, M-I-C-H-A-E-L, T as in Tom, R-E, B as in boy, E-S-H, michaeltrabish.com. I would welcome your support. I have not made any deals with the establishment, and I've actually been told by the Republican Party, the Republican leadership, that they will not support me because they can't control me. I don't want to be controlled by the establishment. I don't want to be controlled by the party. I want to be controlled by the people. The people's voice has been lost. We need to put the people back into the equation, the political equation. And that's what I intend to do. So I would welcome your support. Have a great day. And again, thank you for allowing me to share some of my thoughts and share my candidacy with you. Thank you and God bless.